ActivReporter derives its data from a parallel database maintained by the ActiveSync system. Although unlikely, it is possible that the ActivReporter database is not properly synchronized with the Dynamics GP database. If you are ever apprehensive that the totals generated by the ActivReporter might be inaccurate, there are simple techniques to make sure that the databases are truly in sync. There is a report that is run from the Chart of Accounts folder in ActivReporter that calculates the balances for all accounts using both databases for any date. To see this in action, right-click the Chart of Accounts entity in the ActivReporter navigation pane. Choose the Trial Balance Comparison Report. You can limit the report to any set of accounts, account segments, and roll-ups on the Selection tab. Typically, you will run the report for all accounts. On the Options tab, you will provide login credentials to access the Dynamics GP database. Trial balances are date-dependent, so choose any calendar, year, and period. If everything is in sync, you will get a report similar to the one shown here. There are 3 lines on the report. The first 2 lines are for unit accounts, and the third line is for accounts with US dollars. The number of accounts shown might not match the total number of accounts in the Chart of Accounts. However, the number of accounts shown will match the number of accounts in the Chart of Accounts that have actual postings or budget entries. In order to simulate what we would see if the synchronization was not working, we can turn off the Service Broker External Activator in the Services app. This will stop the synchronization with the ActivReporter database. However, all postings will still be captured in the Service Broker queue within the SQL Server database. Let's set up a batch called Sync Test. And create a posting on June 15, 2017, debiting our payroll account for $4,000 and crediting the cash operating account for the same amount. We also post a unit account square footage sales for 1,000 units. No offsetting entry is required for unit accounts. Now we rerun the Trial Balance Comparison report. We must include unmerged entries since these entries are in a batch and thus classified as unposted in Dynamics GP. We observe that the Trial Balance Comparison report shows the out-of-balance unit account and the 2 bank accounts. Let's examine the bank account in ActivReporter. Go to the Journal Entries tab and sort the entries with the most recent at the top. We note that there are no entries in June 2017, so this also validates that the ActivReporter database does not include the bank account posting from Dynamics GP. We can also check the dashboard and see that there are unprocessed messages in the Service Broker queue. And we can look at all postings from the Cash Operations account. Sort in descending date order, and observe that there are no postings for June 2017. Next, we restart the Service Broker External Activator. Another check on the dashboard shows that there are no unprocessed messages. Now let's run the Trial Balance Comparison report. This report now shows that we're in balance in all accounts. And if we check the bank operating account, we now see that the $4,000 entry on June 15th appears. In conclusion, we have shown you how to use the Trial Balance Comparison report and the ActiveSync Status Dashboard gadget to investigate any potential discrepancies between the Dynamics GP database and the ActivReporter database.